I look naked. Hello! Oh hey! Oh, I look so naked. No, I got a top on, it's just like, it just fell down. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is just going to be a little bit of fun. I've just done a do's and a don'ts makeup tutorial. So these are just like steps on what I don't do. These are steps on what I do. It's a bit of fun, don't take it too seriously. If you do your makeup like this, that's fine. Go you. This is just like personal preference. This is not what I do. But yeah, I just thought I would just show you this sort of video. I like watching these videos. I just think that they're interesting, just to see different techniques and just to see what people class as good and not good makeup, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day it washes off and yeah, you can do whatever you want. If you want to see how I did this interesting look, then just keep on watching. Yes, for the do side, you really want to keep your face moisturised and hydrated. You do not want to go in straight with foundation and no primer or whatever. So for the do side, I am going to moisturise with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which I have been loving, by the way. It's a really nice, like, thick cream, but it acts really well underneath foundation. So I'm just rubbing that in. Okay, so once that's like settled in, you want to go in with a primer. And this side I'm not going to put any primer on. What primer is going to do is just extend the longevity of your makeup and make it go on a lot smoother as well. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in with my Becca Backlight Priming Filter Shiz. I'm just going to put like, oh, just went all over my jeans. Yeah, so you want like half a pump for half your face, a whole pump would cover the whole of your face. Get it together. This has a nice luminosity to it, so if you have dry skin, this is really nice. So yeah. That's probably like the biggest thing I could say is prep the skin before makeup. So once that is settled in, I always like to do my eyes before my foundation. So for the don't side, I'm actually going to put the foundation on first. The reason why I do my eyes first is just because, you know, just in case there's any fallout or anything, I can just clean it up really easily. But if I had foundation on first, and then did my eyes and I was doing like a really dark smoky eye, they'd be all like black and I'd be trying to get it off and it's just a big mess. So yeah, whenever I do people's makeup, they're always like, oh, I've never done eyes first. And then once I explain it to them, they're like, ah, yeah, makes sense. I always used to do my face first as well. It's just like habit. We always get into the habit of doing face first, eyes. But it's just like teaching yourself to do it the other way around. It just helped out a lot. So for the don't side, I have no primer, no moisturiser, nothing. And I'm going to go in with a very dark foundation. Well, I have got a bit of fake tan, so it might actually match me. But this is the Illamasqua Rich Liquid Foundation. And this is like full coverage, like if you're not careful, it goes cakey. So I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, it's actually not that dark. It's actually not that dark. Yeah, so I've just mixed in a little bit of Cover FX Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation with it. Whoa, full coverage. Oh, and by the way, this is a Makeup Geek stipple in face brush, by the way. And I'm just going to leave it sort of to there, because typically what you want to do is just bring it all the way down your neck so it'll blend, but that I'm just going to leave it there so I have a nice orange line, you know? We've all been there, we've all been there. I'm going to prime my eyelids ready for eyeshadow. This is the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer in NW15. So I just take a little pump and just put this all over my eye. And Jaclyn Hill said that, I love Jaclyn. She said that there's actual like technology in this concealer that prolongs the longevity of your eyeshadows. So it is a really good eyeshadow primer. So if you're looking for a good concealer and eyeshadow primer, get this one because it is really good. And you just want to set that immediately. So I'm just going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I look crazy. Wow. I look bloody nuts. I'm just taking my Sigma E40 and just setting that base. Just so it's easier when you go in with your eyeshadows that it blends like more seamlessly. Okay, so for the do side, I'm going to go in with a transition shade, which is just a few shades darker than what you set your actual eye with. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm just going to go in with that shade. It's just like a really light brown, really. Taking that on my Sigma E40 and just going to buff this in my crease. Yeah, it just creates like a little bit of dimension, but it basically makes all your eyeshadows blend more evenly up to the brow bone. Say this side I'm going to go in with just a dark colour, and it's going to be really hard to blend out, so this just makes it easier to blend out all the shadows. I'm going to go in with another bit darker of a shade, so I'm just going to go in with this shade. So before I went in with that shade, now I'm going to go in with this shade. Just keeping that right in the socket, mainly focusing it on the outer edge and just going inwards. I'm going to go in with a rich brown, which is like a reddish brown, on a smaller fluffy brush, which is a Zoeva 231 brush. I'm just going to go right in the outer corner in the socket. Just slightly bring that in, but mainly focus it all on the outer corner. You want to go back in with your first transition shade and just blend out the edges, just so it looks more seamless. Smaller fluffy brush, which is a Morphe M506, and one of the darker browns, like maybe like that one. Yeah, just gonna go for that one. And just focus that right on the outer corner. And just go in like a little bit like smaller with your brushes and then a little bit deeper in colour. This will just make a more gradient effect. And I'm going to go in with the smaller fluffy brush by Zoeva and just buff out the edges. I haven't got any additional product on here. And just blending out those lines. And then I'm just going to go in with this really like shimmery shade. Just a classic like peachy shade. I use MAC Fix Plus just to slightly wet the brush. This will just intensify the pigment of the shadow. And just pressing this on the inner third of my lid. Go back in with the small fluffy brush and just blend the edges. And that's basically all you need to know for the eye, for the do eye. So for the don't side, I'm not going to put on any primer on my lid. Basically, if you don't put a primer on, your eyeshadows won't look as vibrant and they won't last as long. And also, if you can see, hang on, let me just zoom you up. Sorry, I should have zoomed you up for that eye, sorry. But as you can see, it's starting to crease, and we haven't got any creasing going on here. So, all that is that. Usually do dark on the outer corner, so people usually go in with the dark first, and it's very hard to blend out then. So I'm just going to go in with one of these dark ones. I'm just going to go in with that one. Okay, yeah. And people usually use like quite a fluffy brush, and they just, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like literally this goes against everything I know. And they do that. And as you can see, because I haven't got any primer down, it's skipping is sticking to the like foundation on my eye, and just doesn't look very good, you know. I'm just trying to blend this out. And people usually take the dark colour too high, so as you can see, I'm trying to blend out the edges, but it's going quite high. It's going quite sharpy. It's going sharpy. I'm going to take the same brush and go in with like the warmer shades that I was going in with, and just kind of go over it and go all the way to the inner corner, outer corner. See, now it's gone like this muddy, weird colour. And then obviously because you've blended that, people are like, oh, it's not dark anymore in the outer corner. I'm just going to go back in with that dark shade and just like go like this. Perfect blending. Then with the light shade, I'm not going to spritz the brush, and it's still really intense, this eyeshadow, by the way, so you don't really need to wet it, but that's what I like to do. And then people usually take it above, all the way up here where you don't need it, you know. Just too high, it's just too high, it's too high. My favourite part is the brow, so I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Soft Brown. With this product you don't need too much, so I've got some products on here, and I'm just going to go in and start right at the bottom of my brow, just creating the general shape that I want it, and just creating a line down here. See, I'm quite bold here, so with the little product that's on there, I'm just gonna like flick upwards. And then just pull the product through and create a nice arch. Yeah, so I'm just going to build up the colour just to like darken the tail. So you want to keep it quite light at the front, you don't want much product at the front. So once you like distributed the product over here, you can distribute it more so down here. We're going to move on to the Don't Brow. So what people usually do is put a lot of product on their brush, and this happens, and then they usually block the front. We've all been there. And then they usually outline their whole eyebrow, make it a little bit thicker, and they just like to just block that shit in. Woo! Something that I do like to do is just to like carve up the underneath of my eyebrow, just to clean it up. But I'll show you in a second how I've seen people do it and it's gone really wrong, and I'm just like, oh dear me. You know, I have seen that people like to just carve it out. Carve it out at the bottom, and they carve it out at the top. Which is fine, I've done that before. But then no, people still leave it really light on top, and you're just like, whoa, it's a bit much, Tina. It's a bit much, teens. Just need to reblock that. Wasn't blocked enough. Oh, people like to bring it in quite close. People like to bring it in quite close. I'm going to go in with the Kiko Lasting Gel eyeliner. This is really good, by the way. People usually, it's really, really hard for me to not do it like the way I normally do it. And people do it too thick. Like, too thick. and like it's not snatched at the end, you know, it's not like pointy. So yeah, when it's not like super sharp at the end. Yeah, that's it. And like a way to actually fix this, it would just be a bit of concealer under there and just sharpen it up, so then it'd be fine. So I just like to start on the outer edge, and then from the point go in on myself. That sounded dirty. Then I just go really thin towards the inner part. For some people's eye shape it does look good with the thick all the way, but for mine, no. I have very like cat small eyes, so focusing. So I'm going to go in with a 350. I'm going with this second lightest shimmery shade, and I'm just going to highlight it. It's not like super shimmery, it's just like, it's very subtle. Then I'm going to go in with a really shimmery shade and just go, and it's not like light enough, so it just looks a bit like weird, you know. And just do that and not blend it out. If you don't blend it out, you get this weird thing going on, you know. I'm just going to go back in and deepen that. Okay, and then I'm just going to go with the do side, and I'm going to put on some foundation. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Vanilla. So the Beauty Blender, and just tap it in. So this is a full coverage foundation as well, but it doesn't get like so cakey like this one. This one matches me a little bit better as well. And you want to blend it down your neck. So we didn't do that on this side. We're gonna do it on this side. Just blend it down your neck. On this side, I'm gonna go in with a super duper light concealer, and you should just go like 2 to 3 shades lighter. Do like a bright and dry, don't get me wrong. But like that is just weird, you know. This is MAC Pro Longwear in NW15, where I used to prime this eyelid. It's just, why is this focusing on that? What's going on? I'm just gonna put a bit more on, build it up. So this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to like keep building it up until it gets like really cakey. And then, yeah, I'm just not going to blend that out. I'm just going to leave it like that. Yeah. I'm going to use the same concealer though on this side. But blend it out really, really well. And because like this isn't too much of a difference, like it's still lighter, but it's not like this side. What you want to do is set your concealer. On this side I'm not going to set it, I'm just going to leave it. And to be honest though, MAC Pro Longwear is really good at like not creasing. But with most concealers, they do crease in your eyes, and if you don't set it, it's just going to like slip and slide all day. Underneath my eyes I'm going to be using the RCMA No Colour Powder. Just want to make sure you get all the creases out from underneath your eye, and then immediately I'm just going to go in and set it around by my nose as well. For bronzer, I'm going to be using on my do side the Bobbi Brown Golden Light bronzer. I bought this the other day. It's huge, and it's in like their like limited edition packaging. But basically they do this bronzer usually, but it normally only has 8 grams in it, and this has 16 grams, and this is like £5 more than what you pay for the 8 gram one, so get it if you can. It's a really nice like neutral bronzer with a cooler undertone, but it's like, it's not grey or anything. It's a nice bronzer. So I'm just gonna warm up the face. So just wanna stick in sort of this region, just staying towards your like hairline. Just going on the perimeter of the face. Putting some warmth back to the face. So yeah, this is a Zoeva 101. For the don't side, I'm going to be using MAC Give Me Sun. I love MAC Give Me Sun, it's a great bronzer. It is quite orange though, and if you pack it on too much, it can get a little cray cray. And because I haven't like set this foundation is very emollient, so I'm just gonna like pack it on. So yeah, just packing it on. And if you do your makeup like this, don't take offense to it. I'm just saying, like, this is not what I do. This is not what I would do. It's just like putting it heavily here. I took it out of me, you know. Putting it down yet. Yeah. Just keep piling it on. Just keep, you know, people just go hardcore. To contour, I'm going to be using the Bahama Mama bronzer, which is very cool toned, and you can go seriously overboard really quickly. I'm going to take this angled contour brush, and I'm just going to, if you use too much of a cool one, it'll get really muddy. As you can see, it's quite muddy. Okay, so for this side, just want to go on the hollows and lightly apply it, blending it upwards so it creates more of like a natural shadow, you know? Why won't it focus on me? Hello? Hello? Do you need help? Right, okay. So I'm going to use this Illamasqua Excite blush. This is so pigmented, like you need nothing of it. So I'm just going to like lightly dab it, tap off the excess, and just run it slightly over my apples. Like literally, that was probably too much. And if you do it too much, you can just sort of like dab it over with your beauty blender, or you know, your tool, whatever you use for foundation. And then I'm just gonna like dig it into the blush. People like to have blush like right here. I just don't know. Ooh. 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 That's enough of that. Then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Glow Kit in, is it that glow? I'm going to go in with Dripping in Gold on my Real Technique setting brush. And for the don't side, I'm just going to apply a stripe. Like you want your highlighter usually just to like morph in with your bronzer and blush. So this is not what you want to do. You don't want to just like put it there and have like a stripe, you know? For the do side, I'm just going to take Bubbly, which is a little bit lighter, and just put it on the high points and just like, kind of like blend it downwards. You know. Slightly above the brow. I do like it on my nose. Nice little touch. Cupid's bow, chin. I do like an intense highlight, but I just want to make sure that it's all blending into my contour and everything. So to do that, I'm just going to go in with my bronzer brush and just blend it all in. For my nose contour, for the don't side, I'm just going to go in quite heavily. Yeah, I'm just not going to blend it out. And then for the do side, I'm just going to like tap off the excess and just lightly, like hardly any pressure, just go down the side of the nose. And then I'm just gonna blend over it with my beauty blender just to make it look a bit more natural. For eyeliner on the lower lash line, I'm just gonna go in with this Rimmel Scandaleyes and just bring it down really low. I'm just gonna leave it like that, you know? The same eyeliner I'm gonna do on the do side and just put it right on the lash line, and I'm just going to smoke it out with the shades that we were using before, so like the warmer browns. And just using a shading brush, just shade it down. My inner corner here, this will just open up your eyes, make your eyes look a little bit brighter, pretty. And just pack on the mascara on the top. Guys, it come! My Kylie Lip Kit Dolce K lip pencil intact. It's come. So it come yesterday, so very happy about that. I was going to use this to overline my lips. I always overline my lips anyway, so on the do side, I kind of follow the natural shape of my Cupid's bow, and then I overline the outer parts of my lips because my lips kind of like droop down. So I want to make them a little bit more, you know, pouty. Loads of other lip contouring videos I've seen, they always say not to do that. They always say just to do the like centre. But I find that this works best for me, so. You can see I've done that quite natural, just so it evens out with the bottom lip. So the other one, just gonna like really exaggerate the Cupid's bow and really go outside. And do it like, you know, extra. And share the bottom lip. I can't even deal. So if you do it too much, you can obviously see like where your actual lip ends and it just looks too obvious. So that's why I only do it slightly. And for lip, I'm just going to use my Stila liquid lipstick in Caramello. I'm gonna put some gloss on. If you put gloss over like where your lip line is, like if you overline it loads, you will be able to see it because the gloss will just enhance it. So I'm just gonna okay, so that is the finished result, guys. I hope you learned something on techniques and how not to go too overboard. Bit crazy. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I also want to do a half drugstore, half high-end dupes video soon. Let me know if you want to see that. I want to do this like in a serious way, like this is just, you know, a bit of fun, just to see what I look like with, you know, that sort of look compared to what I normally do. Yeah, makeup washes off, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter if you want to do these big block brows, do what you want. Do what you want. But yeah, that is about it. Hope you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you like this channel. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.